What's going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. And if you're watching live, happy New Year's Eve out there. There's a few hours till the fucking ball drops to the new year on this East Coast. But as always, before we break down this week 17 recap of the NFL, go down and like and subscribe. Comment how you felt on the slate. And I'm Paul Picking-Winner, and I'm joined with.
Man, you already know, man. It's your boy Kev, Waterboy Savoy, aka the Don PYE, but always the realest on your screen, man. And bro, 2025 was phenomenal to me, Paul. How was your 2025?
2025 was lit. Fucking new job, higher paying job too. So that was fucking nice. Family growing, fucking just being in the moment. So my 2025 was lit. The podcast was bumping and jumping to fights. If you watched the UFC and the boxing, the fights were lit throughout the year. The NFL slate was lit throughout the year. Sports was lit through the year. So 2025 treated me solid.
Nice, bro. You said new family. You said family growing, boy. I almost thought you had a baby on the way. I was gonna be
Oh
like,
no.
sheesh. I was about to say, sheesh, only about one Christmas present, my boy. But um, but nah, man, I'm glad to hear that because 2025 has been great for me. I definitely got a lot of cool new experiences. Definitely learned a lot and grew a lot in confidence. But I think this was probably the hardest year as a pop for the podcast, personally. I
Yeah,
think because last year it was based off of it was hard because I just had so much random bullshit to do. But this year you were busy. So I was like, oh, I don't have like Paul to like kind of like check me. Like it's kind of like oh, I gotta make sure I'm on point and I'm ready. Cause like Paul's not gonna hit me with a hey man, blah 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 blah.
yeah, no, we didn't. The set schedules weren't as set this year. You know, final
Hmm.
teams also popping up. So the shit definitely was a lot more hurdles through this year.
Hell yeah. And there was a lot of stuff. Some weeks there was so much stuff going on at the same time. Like the week I had to go to Vegas and then I had to go to then I had to come back, take an exam, and then run to
Watch the
Tampa,
game.
go watch the game, and I had to go run right back to go to graduation.
I had to
So
go drive all the way to my graduation, 13 hours away.
yeah, all the way in fucking Memphis, bro. No, not Memphis.
Yeah, that was Memphis.
Oh yeah, all the way to fucking Memphis. So I was like, oh, this was the first year that like I feel like we had like full pack schedules on top of motherfucking trying to do the podcast and trying to make it shit happen. So definitely, I was so happy to get to the end of this year. Like, oh, we never gave up, we never quit, we never slowed down. That's what makes me so proud of this year.
Uh, well, that's how some teams are also feeling this year in the NFL slate. They made it all to the end of the year. They get the dubs. They're fucking going into the playoffs, and then you got teams like the Dolphins, who we probably firing people. We cut into a. I don't know if you saw the headlines, but we probably cut into an off season.
Oh, these bitches are sis. That's funny. Really, really, I did not hear about that.
Yeah, we'll get into that when we talk to Dolphins coming up. But nah, but the new year, I mean, 2026 gonna be even better. We got the playoffs coming up. You got fucking if you watch boxing, Teofimo Shakur coming up, David Benavidez coming up. Any plans for the New Year's for you? Celebrating?
I think I might actually take my black ass to church because I guess that's like a super big Haitian thing to go to church on New Year's. So like I didn't plan onto it immediately like when I woke up this morning, but now I'm looking at it like oh my God, I guess I can go to church real quick. That'd be nice. Nice to start the new year off. But my biggest thing is kind of like making things happen, kind of being the same person but a new beast for 2026. And then also like legitimizing a lot of stuff. I think there's a lot of stuff we do with our free time. And it'd be nice to legitimize it to start figuring out how to scale it.
All right. Enough of our yapping. Let's get down to the cold. Was it the turkey of the fucking business?
The turkey of the business. That means that should drop.
I don't know, bro. You need to get you a better chef. If you eating dry turkey, that's a, that's a skill issue.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I pull up to your crib and your turkey dry, I'm not even mad at you because I've had so much dry turkey in my life. I'm
Yeah,
just like, oh.
it's an easy thing to dry out. I'm not gonna say, but it's still a skill difference here. All right, there's just, some people, that Some people ain't got it like us.
No, that's hilarious.
But let's talk about the king, King Henry.
I was about to say LeBron James.
Happy birthday, LeBron James. Birthday was yesterday. It was crazy. Actually, that's the place I started. And I was like, I'm gonna go get some tomahawk steaks. I didn't know it was LeBron's birthday. I'm just saying, I'm gonna go get tomahawk steaks. It's the king's birthday. And they're like, it's the king's birthday? And I was like, nah, but his birthday is usually around New Year's. I go on Google, December 30th, his birthday. I was like, I had a feeling it was the king's birthday. And now I gotta go really cook my boy some steaks. But
That's
I'm talking
funny. I
about,
actually got into an argument with the homie about that because I was like, niggas talk about so because they was talking about, you know how your homeboys will say happy birthday to some random celebrity, but they won't say happy birthday to you on your birthday. A
yeah.
motherfucking the homies was talking about so somebody in the show was talking about so man, it's the king birthday today. I might throw something on the grill. Nigga talking about
Me.
so what you lame ass motherfuckers. I'm not throwing nothing on the grill for some random nigga birthday. And I was like, shh. I saw him put 50, I saw him put 45 on the Celtics
That's
live.
the
I
king.
might I might have to throw something on the grill too, kid.
It's a national holiday, bro.
I told them boys, I'll motherfucking marinate the meat. No diddy.
Black excellence right there.
Nah, but we got to talk about the other king. You know, there's different kings in different kingdoms.
King of the December to be stacked. It's fucking Derrick Henry puts up 216 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns, leads them boys to a dub 41-24 over the Green Bay Packers. Malik Willis was at helm for this game, but it was also Tyler Huntley. The fucking Ravens, they didn't throw shit, bro. They just let, bro. I think he put up 46 points in fantasy football. This was the fifth most points in fantasy football playoff history, they said. So I actually lost the championship game to the guy who had Derrick Henry, and
Oh, that's crazy.
yeah, like I was a casualty of King Henry, just like the Packers were. What did you think of this performance?
That shit was insane, brother. I'm watching this game like, yo. Cause at first I didn't, I be listening to the shit with the sound off, so I'm not noticing like I'm not hearing the announcers say, "Dang, another run with Derrick Henry, another run with Derrick Henry." I just kept looking up and I'm like, damn, bro, they utilizing the fuck out of Derrick Henry. And then I just keep seeing bro scoring. I'm seeing bro just like, because it's with Derrick Henry, I feel like the original idea was like, yo, let's just, no matter what, let's keep feeding them because the defenses are going to they're going to wear down. They're going to get tired throughout the game and shit like that. They're not going to want to tackle him no more. But in those games, when he starts that bitch off, first 5 yards, like the first five runs are like set, like good runs, oh, you already know what the fuck's about to happen. So they just kept feeding him and feeding him and feeding him and feeding him and feeding him. And this is like, I think they said he has the most 200-yard games in history, like seven, I think it's seven, and the next person has like five or some crazy shit like that. Like I remember it was some crazy stat like that. But this was just the essence of Derrick Henry. The Draven said, hey, if we want to win, we got to run the damn ball. And if we run this damn ball, we got to make it all the way through. And that's what they did.
And now the Ravens, because they win this game and the Steelers go on to lose, which we'll talk later, the Ravens have a shot. They win next week.
Mhm.
They end the day in the dance.
Oh, bro, all they needed was a shot, brother.
We did talk Texans Chargers, but we can reiterate that the Texans defense fucking blasted Justin Herbert and them boys.
20 plus pressures.
Ooh, I didn't know they tore his ass out like that.
This
Pause.
is his fourth game this season with 20 plus pressures, which is the record.
Yeah, they were showing like their O line because they're hurt. So they were showing like their rankings. And it was like 31, 32, 30th, 31, 32. I was like,
Crazy.
damn.
Crazy. But yeah, that shit has been Justin
uh,
Herbert. Justin
Texans
Herbert. Hey.
clinch. Texans clinched the playoffs, I believe, with that game as well.
Yeah, the AFC South.
Then we
Mind you, I
got
think they're on like a 5 game winning streak, 7 game winning
it
streak.
might be a 6 game streak.
Crazy. And like they're like the second team to make, I think they're like the second team to make the playoffs after going 0 and 2 in back-to-back years or some crazy shit like that. Because they started off the season 0 and 3.
Damn, that is crazy. Usually all the statistics say that you ain't making playoffs if you start off 0-3.
Literally.
Rolling into Sunday, I try to tell you to take the Dolphins with me. You did pick the Dolphins, but you really thought the Bucks were going to win the game. But the Dolphins won 20-17. Try to tell you, Quinn Ewers did not look half bad out there. He didn't turn the ball over. Achan started off hot and then didn't do nothing in the second half. We kept it close throughout the game, and then our defense is we kept fucking Baker up as well. It was another game where the defense, I think, is the reason why we won this game.
Yeah, I think those turnovers are so important. So important. Because I think you guys had like two interceptions and two fumble recoveries. Mind you, Baker had the most, I think Baker had the most passing yards this week with 346 or some shit like that. But when you get those, when you can force those, when you can, when, as a defense, when you can force that offense to fuck up, it don't matter like how much you think you cooking, as long as you can't seal the deal. And that's what the fucking Dolphins defense came through and did. Shout out Quinn Ewers. I think he had like it was like a great game manager. Like I feel like that's the definition of like this is how I want my game to be managed by like especially a rookie quarterback. So motherfucker, shout out them boys for winning again to win, and maybe Mike McDonald, just maybe Mike McDonald might have one more year.
And Todd Bowles, they said the Bucks themselves said that he's safe going into the offseason, even if win or lose what goes on. But if you hear the fans, especially in the group chats that we're in, they want Todd
Yeah.
Bowles' ass up out of there.
And it's funny because it's like an all around thing too. Like it can be fans that don't know anything about the fans that you know. It's just yeah, Todd Bowles got to go.
Moving on to other big game of the weekend, the Browns beating the Steelers 13-6 in Cleveland. This marks, I think they said, four straight home victories for the Browns over the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers, what was the stat? Yeah, he threw the ball 39 times, only got 168 yards. Myles Garrett, I think, said it best in his presser when he told the reporters they seemed like they were more worried about stopping him from getting the sack record than they were on winning the game. And that's offensively, they didn't do anything, but they did make sure Myles Garrett didn't get a sack.
Yeah, mind you, these motherfuckers did not score a touchdown. They came up off of field goals, and Chris Boswell missed a field goal this week.
Yeah.
That's not even normal. That doesn't even sound right. Chris Boswell missing that thing. But when you only rely on field goals, it
No,
is what it
DK
is.
Metcalf really hurt the offense really bad. Um,
Definitely showed.
they won't have him again next week, and they're going up against the Ravens, who played their best game. This is I just put that meme in the group chat where it was like Mason Rudolph, fucking same record, fucking Aaron Rodgers. Like no matter what they do, trying to upgrade at quarterback, Russell Wilson, they end up at the same spot every year.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm glad that it went like this because now it can be a banger to close out the season and everything. And like I'm gonna need Mike Tomlin to lock in and this is what you can do to kiss the you can do it like on a game like this. Like every other time I'd be like, all right, Mike, just chill. But shout out Shador for getting the W, man. I mean, if this man Shador, I heard somebody say if this man can stop throwing goofy interceptions and stop holding the ball so long, he would be a baller. And and usually I'd be like, bro, that's what they say about everybody. But I did watch them say that about Caleb Williams last year. And now look where we're at.
Caleb Williams is like fourth in MVP race. He's not gonna win it. It's really a two-man race, but the odds got him at like fourth right now.
I respect it. But yeah, shout out Shador, man. 186 yards, one touchdown, two interceptions. But if they can just figure out how to stop throwing these goofy ass interceptions, them boys could do something. And that pass that he had to the dude, number 44, Fannin Jr., the shit Jit literally like turned around, caught that bit, fell on the floor, and rolled into the end zone. That was probably my favorite catch of the week.
Patriots destroy the Jets 42-10. Drake May throws five tutties. Um, this is the game. We'll get into the Matthew Stafford Monday night performance, but Drake May is now leading the race on the betting books by like FanDuel them for the MVP after throwing five touchdowns this game and securing the AFC East title.
Yeah, I mean, he did that. He definitely did that. Drake May and them boys came through, got them boys the fuck up out of there, and they didn't ever make it look like, yo, this is supposed to be a ball game. And I think he was
Fucked
like,
him up.
yeah, and I think he's like the way that he did it too, because yeah, like 250 yards, 5 touchdowns, and I think the completion percentage, this is like the first time somebody's ever did that.
19 of 21.
Yeah, this like the first time somebody's ever done that type shit. Damn near a perfect game. Like his quarterback rating was what, a 99.8. His all around rating was a 157. Like
What do you want from me? Uh, Saints beat the Titans 34-26. This was a ball game. All right, this was a bar fight. The Titans were up for a while.
Low-key one of the best games at 1 o'clock.
It was 13-0 before the Saints got on the board with their field goal. But it was 13-0. I was sitting there because I had the Saints in the parlay, and I was just like, yo, fuck. Like the Titans up 13-0 right now. Like, what's going on? This ain't what I expected out of the Saints defense. And then Chase Young gets that fucking the picks the sack fumble recovery tutty, and then I was like, okay, this is what I expected out of the Saints, and became a shootout in the second half.
Yeah, I mean that shit was crazy. The fucking the sack fumble. Because it looked like he literally just ripped it out of his hands. Like, yo, give me that shit. Like on some Debo type shit. It took that bitch in the end zone. But this was a great game. It definitely was fun. I definitely was surprised. I definitely was surprised. And then Chris Olave, I think Chris Olave cooked crazy this game.
He did 119 for a touchdown, and the rookie quarterback Tyler Show threw for 333 and two
Mm,
touchdowns, and he's right now leading for rookie of the year over Caleb
really?
Ward, over
Really?
Ted McMillan, Omarion Hampton, over everyone. Like, this guy was like a third round pick, or a second round pick, so
I mean, they hold Trey Henderson this season, but
they
that
did.
low key was his game. That was his award to win. But low key, he probably has the most wins out of all the rookie quarterbacks.
And he's looking good. I mean, from day one when he started, I was on his head. And now, I mean, looking solid, looking decent back to back weeks.
I'm not a fan. I got to play that boy next week, so I'll see specifically, like with my own eyes, how that
And
boy coming. But shout out to Saints, man. They play resilient.
and then my boy T Law, Trevor Lawrence, two rushing touchdown leads the Jaguars to a victory over the Colts in Indianapolis. Another game that was pretty close throughout the whole game. Uh, Jaguars get the lead in the fourth quarter. Hold out defense makes some good stands, but uh, the what was it? I can't remember. Oh, I don't know if they won the AFC South, but they are 12-4. I believe there's a world if they lose and Texans win that they they're not they're both making the playoffs no matter what. But I don't think they secured the division with this win.
hmm Yeah, I must have been wrong. I said that the Texans won, but yeah, you're right. The Jaguars closing in on the AFC South title. 12-4 is phenomenal. Liam Cohen's first year. That's actually pretty crazy tough.
Duval.
Do that. But yeah, you already hit it on the head. T-Law came through, held it down, and they kind of just ran with it from there.
Seattle beats the Panthers 27-10.
Crazy
Um,
work. Bryce Young
Zach
had like
Charbonnet has a game on them boys, but Bryce Young looked atrocious out. The whole Panthers offense looked atrocious out there, but Bryce Young particularly just looked like he was playing little league football against that defense.
what? Yeah, what did you have like 50 something yards or something like that? Like it was literally an
Yeah,
insane,
54 yards on 24 attempts and one interception.
crazy.
Charbonnet 110 two tutties. He went off on my bench. Not gonna lie, but the Panthers. Both these teams are playing Saturday. Both of them need a win to secure their division. So
Mind you, this game was 3-3 at halftime. I remember I was like, yo, this game was so close. Like I remember it being a defensive battle until the Seahawks started opening up. Charbonnet started opening the shit up.
Opening that shit up. No, it was 3-3. That shit was boring. And the next thing I know, I looked and it was like 21-3. And I was like, oh, the fuck happened over there?
Facts. Yeah, shout out Sam Darnold. I think he's like one of five people ever to have back to back 13 win seasons with two different teams. And he might be the first person to do it with two different teams.
Yeah, he might be doing that shit or like Brett Favre type shit.
I think Brett Favre was on the list, Tom Brady was on the list, Peyton Manning was on the list. Can't remember who else was on this.
Then we had the this game was never a game. Bengals beat the Cardinals 37-14. They just beat the dog shit out. They just took the Cardinals to the woodshed. It was 37-7 before the Cardinals get the late game touchdown to at least put up double digits. So Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Chase Brown, the whole Bengals unit. If you had them in fantasy, you're probably thinking, God, he started them because everybody I think scored a touchdown.
Yeah, I think Jamar Chase is one of the only receivers to have scored two touchdowns this week. But it was crazy to me watching this game off the face that motherfucking what's his name? The fucking the tight end, Trey McBride broke the record for most receptions by a tight end this year. And I was like, really? Usually I have Trey McBride and Zach Ertz. Those are like my running backs, my tight ends. And I'm like, damn, why the fuck didn't I get Trey McBride this year? Because I got fucking Brock Bowers in like the second or third. And I'm like, damn, that made so much sense like there. But I'm like, if I had just trusted my safe pick, I would have had the number one tight end as usual.
But not only is he number one, but they said I think Kyle Pitts is the number two tight end in fantasy football,
Crazy.
and they said the Kyle Pitts is closer to the 42nd ranked person in fantasy football than he is to Trey McBride in fantasy football. Like the difference in
Crazy.
the jump from second to first place. Oh, but yeah,
Crazy.
empty yards though, empty stats. Moving on. Giants beat the Raiders 34-10. This
The
secures
Tank
the
Bowl.
Yeah, this
Oh,
secures the
you
Raiders
snap.
with this loss as the number one pick moving forward. The Giants came to play.
Real
I, I
nigga.
don't I don't want to say the Raiders didn't come to play, but Geno Smith did throw a couple interceptions. The Alshon Gentry did not look good out there. Jackson Dart was dancing on them boys.
Nah, that's actually I think it's funny because watching this game, I really thought the Giants are going to be the team to come in here bullshitting and tripping. And then I see that like, oh, like but this outcome showed how these teams felt about these teams. So the Giants who came in like looking like they were trying to take 27 people on their inactive list and all that shit like that, came in and played their best game. Special teams cooked, defense was doing what they needed to do, offense scoring motherfucking, and then you got the Raiders who you think are like at least trying to like are the better team. They put Max Crosby on the IR. Max Crosby over here posting videos of him shooting threes for days, which he low-key got a shot. But just showing like, yo, I'm perfectly fucking fine. Geno Smith looked atrocious. By the time they had put Ken Pickett in there, just was a mess. It was just an all-around mess. And this showed like, oh, this is the energy that's coming with this franchise.
Yeah, I know. I'm upset with Tua, and we're probably cutting Tua in the off season, but it could be worse. I could have Geno Smith, and they might be like that was a lot worse of a season.
Nah, literally. And they just signed him like this year type shit.
Eagles beat the Bills 13-12. This was absolutely boring ass game. But
Till
you
the
you said
last
it
second.
best. But whatever you said in the chat, what was it?
What did I say?
You were like, this game has been absolute boring, but the last 30 seconds is about to be epic as fuck. This is
Yeah,
cinema or something. And it was just
yeah,
because
yeah,
the Bills finally get another touchdown, 5 seconds, and all this shit was going on with the going for two.
yeah, yeah. That shit was crazy because even when they were driving down, they didn't look like they were gonna do it.
but and it kind of goes back toward the they scored it with 5 minutes left, and they go for the extra kick, extra point, and that bitch got blocked.
That's what it was. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So if they would have made the extra point and they don't get blocked, they don't even need to go for two and for the game to even for that motherfucker.
Nah, that shit was crazy. I mean, shout out the Eagles defense for playing like balling out for fucking like 49 minutes, 50 minutes. And then just those last 10 minutes they let the Bills get cozy and they figured it out. But my favorite play was like it was fourth down. It was fourth and 10. And this is when I was like, oh yeah, the Bills are gonna score. They come through, I can't remember what receiver they threw it to, possibly number 14. And he hits the hook and ladder to Singletary. He takes that bitch up in the field. I was like, oh, they got something cooking right now. There's no way that you could play with this fucking offense. So shout out the Bills for balling like they did, but it just wasn't enough. And that last play, like Josh Allen missed him on the 2-point conversion. Don't get me wrong, Jit was rolling to the left, but that boy was open. Like that could have been a whole different conversation. People's talking about the Bills might still have a chance to win AFC East, all this shit.
Hey, all I know, even if the Bills don't win the AFC East, they still look like a team that can compete. You know, they put up 12 points. Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts did not complete a pass in the second half.
Stop.
Yeah, like they had put up 110 yards, but against Demon, he did not complete a pass the whole second half. There's a reason why they stopped at 13. Didn't move.
That's crazy. You think Doug Peterson be seeing Jalen Hurts fucking up? Talking about something. I told you. I told you.
And I'm the crazy guy.
Told y'all.
And I'm the problem. No, but fucking yeah, 13 and they won. So you can't get on this. So that's why they kind of a little quiet. But if they would have lost this game, that would have been the biggest story. That would have been all over everywhere. Like he didn't complete a pass. He's the reason. Da, da,
I
da, da.
didn't even know that till you said that.
And the other thing was, oh yeah, the epic 30 seconds kind of saved Jalen Hurts' ass. Moving forward though, you can't feel good as an Eagles fan.
Oh, not even a little bit.
49ers beat the Bears in what was an epic Sunday night football game, 42-38. They did not stop scoring though. 7-7, 14-14, 21-21, 28-28. They just kept going gun for gun all the way to the
Yeah,
final whistle.
yeah, a lot of people were saying that Thomas Morstead, this might be his last season. And Brock Purdy and them boys just don't be using, bro. But yeah, to me, this was a game of wills because like it starts off rough. Brock Purdy throws the pick six on like I think the first play?
First play,
Oh, damn, I thought it was the first four. Damn, first
they
play.
literally just talked about how the Bears are the number one takeaway team in the NFL, like opening sentence, and then it's like, beep, boom, pick six. Like, well, there it is, folks.
But and then they figured it out. Like they got Brock, they slowed it down. They said, all right, Brock, feed Christian McCaffrey. Don't do everything yourself. And then they ended up turning that bitch all the way up. Because this is probably one of the funnest games, Sunday night games, the show that I've watched. Just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It was tied 7-7, 14-14, 21-21. I think it kept going all the way until 35. And then I think somebody ended up kicking a field goal. Somebody ended up getting a stop, kicking a field goal, and then it was like that. But what killed me was two plays was the way that these quarterbacks were getting out of the pocket to get away from pressure and still throw that bitch. Like that was so fun. Like that Brock Purdy throw where he rolls to the left, he sees the defender. He like kind of like he could have threw that ball away. He could have gave it up, but instead he kind of just like jukes that boy, shakes his ass, stops right at the line of scrimmage, throws that bitch to Yusef and gets the touchdown. And I was just like, everybody in the chat, we were going stupid. We were like, oh, Brock Purdy is him.
Yeah,
Brock
no,
Purdy
that
might
was
be
one
him.
of that because the juke was nasty. It wasn't even like a full. It was just like perfect positioning, like stop, go back, and then cut back forward, and it's had that boy that's like looking dumb. I was just like,
Crazy.
and then
Broke his ass.
like 30 minutes later, he makes an epic throw and he hits him with the fucking the run and it hits the Dougie afterwards at the sideline. I was like,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who. I don't know who approved that W, but that bit look clean when you turn the music on. You turn a little music on that bit kind of
Then Caleb Williams, they tried their own hook and ladder. I mean, like there was a 2 minute drill. They down Caleb Williams. I'm thinking, damn, the Bears about to do this bitch again. This is they do this shit every week. 2 minute drill. Here we go. Bears down by 4. Go down and get this touchdown. They do the hook and ladder like the Bills. They get stopped. 10 seconds left on the 2 yard line, and it just it don't work. But it was there, and I was just like, these are two legitimate teams. I thought the 49ers were probably gonna smoke the Bears and kind of make the Bears look like fools, but the Bears kind of showed me that like, oh, they're gonna belong with any team that they play all the way throughout the playoffs.
nah, literally. And that's so fucking crazy tough because I didn't expect that because even with the last play with the Bears, like he, I give hella respect to the 49ers defense because even that play, like Caleb Williams was trying to make it happen and like he got out of that pocket, he's running up out of there, he's trying to figure out, but the defense just stayed with him, held up, and didn't give him anywhere to go with it. So yeah, this is definitely. I'm looking forward to seeing both of these teams play in the playoffs this year.
Might get the rematch. 49ers win their game next week in Seattle. They get the home field advantage throughout the whole playoffs. So keep that in mind. Now let's get into the nitty gritty, Kev. Monday Night Football rolled around. You've told the world what was going to happen, and they did it. 27-24, Atlanta Falcons beating the LA Rams. Kirk Cousins, Bijan particularly goes stupid. Stafford throws a couple picks throughout this game. He kind of fumbles the MVP race, some people are saying. How did you feel as a Falcons fan watching this game?
Oh, that shit was fucking lit. Oh my God, Paul. When I tell you, I was so turned watching this game. Because, the first half, I'm over here just trying, like, I got other shit to do. I got to prep for my Miami trip. I got to edit. So I'm just over here, like, kind of not giving it too much attention. And then next thing you know, I'm doubling back, like, yo, wait a minute. And I'm just like, wait a minute. No, I think it was Bijan's touchdown with the 21-0 to make it 21-0. That's when I realized, like, yo, bro, we're blowing them the fuck up. Like, I'm like, oh, we haven't let them put nothing on the board yet. So I was too lit watching this game. And then second half is the most nerve-wracking thing ever. You got the fucking block field goal that you got the block field goal that turns into a touchdown. And you're just like, fuck. And then you got motherfucking Matthew Stafford trying to make it work, trying to make it happen. And like there was even like terrible penalties. Like we have some horrible penalties. Like James Pierce, we love him, great, phenomenal rookie pickup. But we get a fumble, we force a fumble, and he got the offsides. And it was all just because his snap count was just a little off. So he timed it just a point 2 seconds too early. But when you cheat up like that, your hands automatically on the line. So we're getting these dumbass penalties, letting this team kind of come back to life. But we're still making crazy plays. We're getting interceptions. Like we're still showing fight and showing that we had that dog. So when it comes down to the last drive. Matthew Stafford is over here throwing that bitch up. Puka Nakua almost hit the craziest catch to put them boys in field goal range to tie that shit.
On God.
Like that shit was crazy. Like I was watching the replay. At first, I'm chewing the fuck out of AJ Durrell. Like, damn, bro, you couldn't get the fucking ball, bro. But I'm looking like him pulling his arm just enough to make it like technically he bobbled it. He lost possession just enough. And I was like, that was
And then
crazy.
the play before that was like a wide open receiver that like Matthew Stafford just happened to miss by a little bit.
And they were sick. So, 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 so sick.
No, that game went stupid.
Nah, so yeah, this game was fucking lit. I wouldn't say we made all the field goals, but we got one blocked. But shout out Gonzalez, came through, holding it down. Shout out Bijan coming through, having a phenomenal ass, monster ass game. And shout out motherfucking our players on defense. Like we were making plays, forcing turnovers. My dog Watts, I think his name Derek Watts Jr. Him, him. And it was cool because like we're looking at this game like, yo, the Rams have our pick, our first round pick, and we're busting their ass with the people that we use to get the pick. To with the people that we use in with the people we got in that trade. So I'm just like, oh, this was a phenomenal ass game. So it was cool to bust the Rams ass, even though people were like, man, that game don't matter. It do to me. It means something to me. So
It will
I
matter if there's a three-way tie come next week.
oh, I'm so lit because boy, let that shit be a three-way tie.
Um, Stafford is now plus 300 on the MVP race. Bijan breaks the record, I think, for
What?
Falcons history for longest rushing touchdown.
He might have. Rushing touchdown, he might have.
I think it was the longest rushing touchdown in Falcons history. Could be wrong. Could be making shit up. Jesse Bates, my boss bet cold hard cash that Jesse Bates the third would score a touchdown in this game.
Really?
And I looked at her and I said, I can't even win bets when I bet on the offensive players to score fucking touchdowns in games. And you're telling me you won a bet betting on a defensive player to score a touchdown in a fucking game? That is absolutely insane. It was $5 to win 300.
Nice.
Good investment.
Nice. But it's actually crazy. You're correct. So first off, Um, oh, so you're correct. He has the longest rushing touchdown for 93 yards. And he also has the single Falcons single season record for scrimmage yards with 2,255.
Salute the trooper. He also put up 195 yards last game. And low key, if they didn't put Alligator in for the last three rushes, who knows? Bijan maybe would have fucking got it.
Yeah, he got definitely, definitely. But shout out our team because we definitely showed some grit today. We definitely showed that like we don't quit. We might bend, but we don't break type shit.
Well, we'll catch y'all boys in the New Year's. We got some college football games to watch. We're gonna break down some NFL games. We're gonna get ready for the playoffs, tuning in, fine tune the picks for y'all boys. Any words of wisdom for them 2025 before we hit the 2026?
Man, we smoking that Bucks pack religiously, bro. That
That
shit is them booty part.
BBL booty backwoods.
You kill. We only rolling Fatwoods for the booty pirates. So yeah, that's definitely been. It's been a great season. It's been a phenomenal season. Shout out Philip Rivers. They say he's not playing next week against the Texans. It was like they're probably gonna put Riley Leonard in. So shout out Philip Rivers for coming back. There was just so much great, crazy shit that's happened this season, and like it's always bittersweet to get to the last up to the last one because you're like, uh, half of these teams about to be gone.
Facts. Well, we appreciate y'all boys. As always, go down like and subscribe. I'm Paul Pickett Winner, Kev Waterboy Savoy. We broke down